Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I trust that if you read the title of this video, there's a message here for you. And basically is what I want to talk about is using your pain for empowerment. It brings me back to, a specific experience that I had in my life that did bring me a lot of pain and suffering. And it pushed me to be my best self. It pushed me to really analyze myself. The most darkest, the most painful parts of myself that I did not want to see. And a lot of the things that I saw in myself was really things that I knew that had to change. A lot of the patterns that I had been, having throughout my life, I just knew if I wanted something better for myself, live a more happier and just fulfilling life overall, that I really had to take a good look at myself and make those changes that I need for, the best and highest good for myself. And I know it's very hard to look at ourselves, and when we see the choices that we made and realize that we were the reason for a lot of times for the pain that we went through. Specifically in mine, I could tell you it was just in a relationship. Towards the end, I knew that I should have left the relationship before it actually ended, and I didn't. I wanted to insist on staying in that relationship, and so what happened, I ended up being very, very, very disappointed because I overgave. And I knew I should have not, but because we think that we can make things work, we can change things, we can do things when we're not meant to. We're meant to let go already, and a lot of the times our intuition is already telling us, our heart, our mind, but we're like forcing things that we know we need to let go. And after that I've realized that it's okay now. It's okay because it taught me a very good lesson. You can apply this in any situation. Anything that you feel like you're trying to hang on to, that you need to let go, your patterns, a relationship, a job, whatever it may be, that is something that you cannot hang on to and you need to let go. But it's such a painful process to do so. But God is asking you to let that go because it's not serving you anymore. And as the more you hang on to it, the more you want to force things, it's going to be more painful to let it go, or very disappointing. Something could happen and it's just a way of forcing you to just let things go. Sometimes, we want to control everything, but we're not meant to. So to avoid as much pain as you can is just letting go and not controlling so much, situations. And so basically after my experience, I really went back and I went within myself and just analyzed a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie, I did see myself as a victim of, the situation. asking myself, like, why would this happen to me? Why did this happen to me? And honestly, now that I see the perspective, a different perspective of this situation, and like I said, again, you can apply this in any type of way, because once you learn to look at any situation in all different perspectives, it just makes so much more sense. Don't look at it in just one way. You really have to learn to look at things in different perspectives, in the perspective of the other person as well. Because you don't know the way that other person thinks and the patterns and all that, why they do certain things that people do. But instead of seeing myself as a victim, I saw, like, why did things happen the way they did, because the way I was thinking, my thought pattern, just a lot of things of myself, and it is what brought me to that situation that I was in. So if I wanted to see a change in the future, if I didn't want to repeat that same pattern again with somebody else, I really, really have to take a good look at myself and understand me. And as hard and painful sometimes looking at oneself is, we have to do those, and we're meant to do that. We're meant to do a change within ourselves first before we can see a change in our life, because things are not going to change if we continue being the same person after certain situations in our life that we have been through. And so you can expect different experience, a different or better experience, if you haven't even changed yourself, because you're just going to go into the same thing. You're in the same patterns, same habits, same thought forms. And you really have to change something within yourself in order to bring something into your life that you really want. Whether if it's a relationship, a job, or, whatever situation it may be. But, like I said, it is painful, but you gain so much maturity and wisdom after going through and really analyzing yourself. And I mean, not necessarily you have to do this on your own, but I really do suggest, if you have to go through therapy, do through therapy. We're not perfect. We're not supposed to be. So you have to really give yourself some grace and forgiveness, because if you're just holding yourself to such high expectations all the time, especially during a healing process, it's going to be hard. You have to be very patient during this time of just analyzing and healing, because things don't happen overnight. For me, I mean, I kind of want to think that I'm still going through it a little bit. I mean, not as I was before. I'm way far from that. And I'm so thankful for being, where I am now, because it was a pretty dark place back then. And I really saw myself as a victim, because, I gave all my power away just because the way I thought is that person did it to me, instead of me thinking, okay, I decided to stay. I wanted to be in it. I am the one that really, in a way, caused that pain to myself. But, like I said, a lot of us don't want to see things that way. And that's the hard part. So, we can stop looking at ourselves as victims, and stop giving so much of our power away. It really, really will change your perspective of a lot of situations that you go through, and think that you don't have a choice in things, when we all do have absolutely a choice in things that we get into. But I instead of sometimes, getting revenge on people that do something to us, I don't recommend that. I didn't want to do any of that. I did not want to give any attention to that situation anymore. I did for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I did brush it under the rug. I try to think like, oh, I'll forget it. I'm gonna move on with my life. I try to move on with my life with drinking. I'm not gonna lie. I did drink. I not every day, but I try to go out and just try to forget it with having fun. I was distracting myself from what really was something that I had to face, which was my pain. I was avoiding facing my pain. And in the end, it's only going to make things so much harder. It's going to make things even more painful because, we get in other situations when we have not healed from that. And it makes things a lot harder because we get other people involved in our pain, and they have no clue what we just got out of a lot of the times. Or apply it to however your situation may be. But the thing is here is that we avoid looking at our pain. We avoid it. We try to brush it under the rug and just not face it, when we are meant to take that pain and feel it and use it to fuel us to become better, to be stronger and more resilient of a person, and move on from those situations and understand where we came from and where we want to go, and not go through that anymore again, because we have learned that part of ourselves and we understand who that person was and the person that we want to be now. And it's not that anymore. You want to live a more fulfilled and peaceful life if you can, a more, joyful life. And we can't, because we're still not healing. We're still just, avoiding all that pain. And when your growth and evolution as a person is in there, you have to go through the pain in order to get over that, or else you're going to continue carrying all of that, and it's just going to drag you down. And we don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that, because like I said, you're just carrying all that pain into all sorts of places and situations, and it's not helpful to your person, to your mentality, to your confidence, to your self-love, to your well-being overall. This affects us even to your health. It all carrying so much pain in you. You're not meant to carry the pain. You're not meant to carry burdens like that. If you look back from how your childhood was, a lot of the times what we learned from childhood is what, molded us into the adults that we are now. And we're not aware of those things because we're not thinking in that way. Like, what are our patterns? What created our patterns? And we really have to look at those patterns. Why do I do the things that I do? You cannot move forward until you have understood the person that you are now. It won't make sense. You can try to change, but you'll probably still be confused. Like, okay, I know I have to do this to be a better person. Yeah. But to avoid the same cycles and the same people that you have been with, you have to understand and see, like, that's not who I am anymore. I am this person now. I am somebody better. But until we really are ready to face that part of ourselves, and really take a good look at who we are, then we can really begin to heal and understand and just move forward and begin a life of change. You know, we have to be the change in order to see the change first. You know, you have to change within yourself. And I just hope that this, small message can really just help you and guide you in a way that it inspires you to really change and take a look at yourself, at your life, and your surroundings. And if you're not happy with where you are right now, you're not a victim to it. You have every choice. You have the capability and just the strength and power to really change your life. But you have to see it. Nobody else can make you see it. You have to see it for yourself first. Yes, things get hard. Yes, things are difficult. Yes, it is. But you have to change your mindset in order to get yourself out of those situations, because nobody's going to come here to save you. Nobody's going to come here and take your hand and do things for you. You have to learn to do that for yourself. That's the power. There lies the power of you taking action and decisions for yourself to change your life, because otherwise you're going to stay in the same thing your whole life. Nothing's going to change. Everything's going to be the same. And I really doubt that anybody wants that for themselves. There lies your power in the change, your ability to change. There lies your power. And it's hard. I believe me, I know it's hard. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to tell yourself in your mind constantly, I can do this. I am able to do this. I have my power. I have the power to change my life. And nobody can hold me down. But you have to believe that. You have to practice that. Say it in your mind over and over and over again. Because whatever held you back before, is going to want to keep you down, drag you down still. But you have to fight that. You have to fight it every single day. And I know what it feels like. And it's hard. But you have to do it for your future self, in order to move on from all that pain and suffering. Because like I said, I don't think you want that for the rest of your life. I don't want that. I really don't. But I pray and I hope that this really helps you and helps you see things differently for yourself, for your situation, and just for the betterment of your life. Really journal, walk in nature, and analyze the best you can. Get therapy if you need to. Sorry, it's my kitten here. But I send prayers to you and just a little bit of light. Here. Let me show you my kitten. I actually saved his life. He was about to get ran over, and I saved his life. Good luck to you, and I wish you the best. Thank you.